3:30.
This time, I'd like to call to order the 24 January 2022 Jackson County Commission meeting. We'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. We have a number of items in new business, a lot to deal with, hiring of new employees and some others, and we do have some items in our work session discussion. At this time, if Mr. Manning, our county administrator, will please call the roll to establish a quorum.
Mr. Rich,
Present.
Mr. Venable,
Present.
Mr. Buckner,
Present.
Mr. McBride.
Present.
We do have a quorum. Thank you very much. At this time, if we all stand and Mr. Porter, our county attorney, would please offer our invocation, and Commissioner Buckner will please lead our pledge of allegiance.
Let's pray together. God, our Father, we're blessed to live in this wonderful county and this wonderful country. We offer special prayers for those who have been affected by the virus recently and those that have other illnesses. We just pray that you be with them, be with their families, keep them safe, and give them comfort and peace. God, we pray especially for law enforcement officers in this county. We're so thankful for those that serve the public in that way in this county, but also all across the nation. God, we know that they're under attack right now. We just pray you'll be with them, giving them protection, be with their families as they are assaulted, as they are injured. God, we just pray that you'll be with them. Thank you for their service also. Thank you for those that serve the public in any different way, in many different ways. Watch over them and their families. Thank you, God, for them and for their service. We ask all these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next is approval of our agenda for today. You have a copy of the agenda in the packet. At this time, I would like to consider in this motion to approve the agenda the addition of a motion to approve the establishment of a committee to develop a priority list of water or sewer infrastructure projects for submission to ADEM for ARPA matching grant funds from the state. Do I have a motion to approve today's agenda as amended?
I'll make that motion to approve today's agenda as amended.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And so we will add that item to our new business agenda. Today, do we have any awards or presentations? We have none. Any public comment? And we have none. At this time, we'll move into the new business portion of our commission meeting. First, you have in your packet the minutes from our 27 December meeting, 2021, and a meeting that we held 3 January 2022 as an emergency meeting. Do I have a motion to adopt the minutes as provided for the December 27, 2021 meeting and the 3 January 2022 emergency meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. We've had several hiring activities over the last couple of weeks as we're starting to fill the number of vacancies that we have across our county workforce. First in today is we have a motion to approve hiring committee's recommendation of the promotion of 2 employees to the vacant HM3 positions at Public Works Department. You have in your packet a list of promotion activities. There's a list of 5. We'll cover these in a couple of different motions. The first 2 are in regards to these 2 hiring positions. Do I have a motion to approve the hiring committee's recommendation of the promotion of 2 employees to the vacant HM3 positions at Public Works Department?
I make the motion that we approve the hiring committee's recommendations.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? No discussions, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Also, we have a motion to approve the hiring committee's recommendation of the job change of the current EA1 employee to the vacant HM3 position at Public Works Department. It's the third item in the letters of recommendation from hiring committee. Do I have a motion to approve the hiring committee's recommendation of the job change of the current EA1 employee to the vacant HM3 position at Public Works Department?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Any discussion? And no discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have a motion to approve the hiring committee's recommendation of the promotion of an employee to the vacant mechanic position at Public Works Department. That recommendation is also in your packet. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the hiring committee's recommendation.
We have a second?
I'll second
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Next is a motion to approve the hiring committee's recommendation for the second vacant mechanic position at Public Works Department. That letter is also in your packet. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, hiring committee recommendation is regarding a motion to approve the hiring committee's recommendation for the vacant administrative assistant position in the commission office. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the hiring committee's recommendation.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. We have a couple of motions regarding budget amendments. First, we have a motion to approve budget amendments to reclassify premium pay account coding and also the SSUT revenue account based upon the auditor's recommendation. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
A second?
I'll second that.
At this time for discussion, I'd like our county administrator to explain the purpose of this motion.
Concerning the ARPA reimbursement, at the time we set that up back in September, we got further clarification with the final rule, and in carrying the premium pay reimbursement portion that will be paid through the ARPA funds, we need to list that not as a revenue item in each fund, but as a reimbursement to an expenditure item. It does not affect the cash balance in any way of any fund. It just strictly reduces the revenue and then reduces the expenditure by the exact same amount. Any questions on that one?
Any discussion?
And, on the SSUT, we've had that for about five years now. Last year, the auditors come up with a specific account code to put that in. So all we're doing is changing the accounting code. It's still a revenue in the general fund. No changes to the fund balance in any respect. It's just simply using the account number that they set up last year. And we just want to move that into that particular account number when we adjust our budget.
Any questions or discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next is a motion to approve and sign a resolution for the treatment of the standard allowance for the revenue replacement from the county's American Rescue Plan Act Physical Recovery Fund. The resolution provided by the IAC office is in your packet. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, for discussion, if you look at this, there are a couple of benefits to this motion. In the new final guidance that we've received regarding American Rescue Plan Act, it provides a provision that rather than calculating revenue loss, they are allowing a standard use for revenue loss, which allows county governments to take a $10 million revenue loss. It greatly simplifies the process of justifying, and it allows this revenue loss funds, if accepted by the county, to expand into government service activities that we are responsible for as a governing body of the county. There are 2 sheets in the packet under the resolution that is proposed for adoption that explains how you determine that. It says, and this is from the American Rescue Plan Final Act, the summary version of it. It says recipients may elect a standard allowance of $10 million to spend on government services through the period of performance. Of up to $10 million in revenue assumes that or presumes that for the government bodies that up to $10 million in revenue has been lost. Recipients are permitted to use that amount to fund general services. The standard allowance provides an estimate of revenue loss. All recipients may elect to use this standard allowance instead of calculating revenue loss. The second sheet gives some examples of government services that funds can be used for. Government services generally include any service traditionally provided by a government. Examples, and it's not an exhaustive list, includes construction of schools and hospitals, road building and maintenance and other infrastructure, health services, government administration, environmental remediation, provision of police, fire, and other public safety services, including purchase of fire trucks and police vehicles. It further states that government services is the most flexible eligible use category under the ARPA funding program, and funds are subject to streamlined reporting and compliance requirements. One additional benefit, and I'll ask our county administrator to provide that, I think we have a reduction in fee by electing this option.
Yes, sir, they're changing the fee to a flat 3%, which will save our county about $240,000 in the fees. So we basically, in our first year, when we approved those last month or 2 months ago, when we approved that payment, ours is right close to being 100% paid now. So we shouldn't have any further fees next year by electing this.
Jose, okay, so any discussion or questions regarding this motion? If none, all in favor say aye.
No.
Motion carries. Thank you. The added item for our new business was a motion to approve establishment of a committee to develop a prioritized list of water and sewer projects for submission to ADM for matching ARPA grant funds. As our legislators are currently in session, a new bill is being considered that would distribute state ARPA funds to counties and municipal governments. And one of the provisions in there is in regard to $225 million that would be allocated to water and sewer projects. In considering that, there are, of that $225 million, there's $100 million of that would be allocated based upon a grant process that would be administered by ADM, and it would allow for counties to match, would provide for counties to provide some matching funds to the allocated state funds. In our consideration of this, I would offer that to develop a committee to look across our county and work with our water authorities. That would allow us to get a list of projects that would need to be done across the county, and we would be able to establish some priority for those projects that we then could work with our water authorities and submit to ADM for their consideration and approval. Let me open for any discussions or questions regarding this motion? If no questions or discussion, do I have a motion to approve the establishment of a committee to develop a prioritized list of water or sewer projects for submission to ADM for matching ARPA grant funds?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Is will the commission be, all the commission be on the committee?
The recommendation would be that the committee would be comprised of all district commissioners and the chairman.
Okay. I'll second.
So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Last on our new business agenda is a motion to appoint a member of an unexpired term of the Jackson County Health Care Authority Board. In your packet, there is letters of interest from 4 members of our community. Letters are from Ms. Jennifer Sanders, Mr. Jimmy Wheeler, Ms. Kelly Jones, and Ms. Teresa Walker. Those are there for your review. I think we have provided those to you for review earlier.
I'd like to nominate Kelly Jones.
We have a nomination for Kelly Jones.
I'd like to nominate Teresa Walker.
We have a nomination for Teresa Walker. Any other nominations? If not, we will do a voice vote considering Ms. Kelly Jones, Ms. Teresa Walker. First for Ms. Kelly Jones. Commissioner Rich,
Yes.
Commissioner Venable,
Yes.
Commissioner Buckner,
No, since I nominated someone else.
Commissioner McBride.
Yes.
I'm sorry, yes. Considering Ms. Teresa Walker, Commissioner Rich, I'm sorry. We've got a vote of 3 to 1.
So we made the appointment, and we'll go through and vote again, and we'll get a favorable vote on this one, then what do we do?
I don't see a need to make the vote, since you do have a favorable vote on the first nominee. You only vote for one, so
Okay,
I think we can declare
so,
Teresa Jones to have been.
so Ms. Jones has been appointed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks for the clarification. Okay, so Ms. Kelly Jones has been appointed as the member to fill the unexpired term of the Jackson County Health Care Authority Board. So with that, we will move into our work session. And we have several discussion items. First is regarding from the jail, Southern Healthcare Partners Amendment. Yes, sir. Deputy Nash.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gentlemen. This request and the amendment is based on some work we've been doing at the jail, trying to make the most for what we have out of our agreement with Southern Health Partners, which is an annual agreement that the county signs, and they provide the health care services at the jail. They have a meeting later this week to fine-tune some of those so that we can try to save the county money. This is an effort to do that, although it makes an amendment to the agreement that you signed, which increases the monthly cost by $1,640 per month. But in doing that, that provides a provider, either the physician or his nurse practitioner at the jail every week instead of every other week. In doing this, talk with them, what we hope to do is prevent sending people out to the hospital and incurring more bills. This is trying to keep it more localized at the jail and get the treatment done there. at a lower cost to the county. This amendment only does that. It changes the monthly fee, ups it by $1,640, which is annualized to $19,680 by having the provider there twice as often as they are now, trying to eliminate sending folks out of the jail. I and the sheriff and Southern Health Partners feel like this will accomplish that.
Okay, any questions or discussion? Okay, would this be okay for us to wait and put on the new business agenda for our next meeting?
Yes, sir. If it passes, they would backdate it to February 1st if they need to, or it can start February 1st, them showing up. And if it doesn't pass, then they won't show up again.
Okay.
It'd be up to your schedule, you know.
Okay, so put it on the agenda for our next meeting, okay? Deputy Nash, thank you very much. Next on the agenda is we had a request from the city of Bridgeport regarding some assistance, funding assistance. They're in the process of upgrading and doing some more development with their Riverfront Park and Charlie Smith Park improvements. They have requested if the commission consider providing $35,000 in assistance. This letter from the mayor of Bridgeport is in your packet requesting that assistance. And there is a brochure on the development plans that they have for upgrading the Riverfront Park, and that is in your packet as well. They are requesting assistance and out of our industrial development fund for consideration by the county commission for support of this park. Any comments or questions regarding this?
Just in the nature of looking at the budget items that they have here, is there any things specifically that they're asking for that would be accomplished, or is this just a request for funds for the addition of the total project?
As I read the request, it is a request of funds just to assist them in this project. I think in discussion with them, some of the first items they're looking at is improving campsite parking spaces that would be used in the park.
Well, I think it's a very beautiful plan and one that will greatly improve that area. Seeing what that's come from in the last few years, it's impressive to see the direction they're going in for sure.
So is there any, would we consider putting this on the new business agenda for our next meeting?
I don't have no problem putting it on the next meeting.
Everybody okay with that? Yeah.
What is the annual growth of this fund?
Brings in about, it's a flat fee on the TVA, it's a percentage of the TVA in lieu of tax money. It's about in the $4,000, $4,500 range per month. So it's gaining roughly, it's
It wouldn't hardly be a year's worth of the revenue.
and the current balance in there is about $216,000. So it's gaining about 12 times, about 50,000 a year, somewhere that range.
Refresh my memory, I know we've used it at the airport.
We did.
We did, and then Stevenson Park.
Park.
And then we've done a project at Bridgeport with the sidewalk downtown.
And
That's the only,
I think something good fun industrial out there, seemed like we did.
we should put some money on a road expansion.
Yes. We did something out there also.
Maybe the boat dock or something.
Okay. Any Everybody okay with putting it on the new business agenda for next meeting? Okay, we will do that. Okay, at this time, a couple other items, commission items.
Sir,
Yes,
Council on Aging, Bryant Senior Citizen.
yes, I was gonna head back to that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I had to
I'm
skip
sorry.
right over it, so I was
Okay.
gonna do that. This time, let me turn it over to our Director for Council of Aging to give us an update on the Bryant Senior Center update.
Thank you, Chairman, Commissioners. Just want to give just a quick update of where we're kind of at now. To ease everybody's mind, the center's still going strong. It's not closing. We're still serving 30 to 40 meals a day, so everything is going great up there as of now. Still in the works with the Rotan Club to try to find a solution for the building. Where we're kind of at now is after meeting with the Rotan Club a few weeks ago, leaning in the direction of applying for a loan through USDA. They seem to be on board with that idea, and one of the reasons they mentioned to me was they will still maintain ownership to the building. So I think they're starting to realize that it may benefit them to still own that building. So we're researching the USDA loan now. I had a meeting set up with them last week, but due to COVID, they had to cancel. So we're gonna try to push it until next week. My only concern with the USDA loan, and I've reached out to Mr. Porter on this as well, is I'm afraid they're gonna have to have a clean title, just like we've been running into with every option that we're going down. So I won't know that for a fact until I sit down, they're talking to their attorneys, until I sit down and meet with them. So that's my only concern with going this route, is we're gonna be in the same boat. The power of attorney, or the executor of the estate, has been incapacitated for the past couple of months and has been unable to meet with, talk to, or make a decision on that reversionary clause that's still on the deed. So that's my only concern with going the USDA loan route, but I won't know until next week. So does anybody have any questions for me on that?
Just as an update, we have been looking at other options. One was the consideration of the commission buying the property and building a new building. We had quite an expense as an estimate of the cost to build a new building, but one of the issues we ran into, correct me if I'm wrong, was if we were to do that, then the building, there would be some restrictions on use of the building that would prohibit it from really being a full community center.
Correct. Yeah, we hit some snags with that, where the community can't rent it out, they can't lease it, they can't have their parties there. And the way that I read the CDBG restrictions, of Rutan possibly can't even use it. So it would be senior center only. So we kind of hit some restrictions on that. So that's how we went back towards the USDA loan option. But like I said previous, it's going all back to that reversionary clause that's on that deed. That seems to be a thorn in our side.
Exactly.
We will continue to work, and when I have a meeting with them, I will update you guys. And I think the next Rutan meeting is 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I think so.
Right.
Yeah. But we just want to get an update of where we are, because we've been looking at this and the number of options,
Right.
and just wanted Chad to provide that update for us. So Chad, thank you very much
thank
for
you.
doing that. Thanks for the work you're doing, trying to find a solution for use of that facility up there. One other note is that's an important facility for our citizens, senior citizens across the county. I think it's the second most used facility in terms of distribution of
Yes, sir.
meals that we have in the county. Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, the next item is County Park at High Top Committee update.
Yeah, the committee has met twice. The first time, we made a lot of headway in coming up with exactly what all we wanted to put at the park. And the second meeting, we had an engineering firm, Goodwin, Mill and Cahill, send 2 representatives, and we explained to them what our desire was with the property. And what you got in front of you is a copy of their proposal on coming up with the conceptual plan. They won't do any engineering or specific plans, but pretty much take the property and arrange all the things that we in the future want to put on the property. In my opinion, we need that to start with. Our county part, we've done a lot of work in the past, but it was a hodgepodge. We had camping all over the place, and we had, some things that, weren't very aesthetically pleasing right in the middle of the park. But I just don't want to start down this road with the new park without having a plan in place. And the plan will also help. We go in front of other entities that may partner with us on visitor center, that type of thing. If they see a plan laid out for long term, it makes it easier to get multiple grants to do phase by phase. Just like you guys to look this over. There's contact information on here if you want to talk to these guys and consider spending this small amount of money to come up with a conceptual plan for it.
If I could add to that, we have reached out to TARCOG seeking their assistance in trying to go get grant funds, and their strong recommendation is to have a concept plan of what we would want to do with the park. And what a number of the grant opportunities that we would try to get would require that, so they could see our full concept for the development of this park. And this would be a part of our county park system. So any questions or comments?
Yeah, I'll just comment, Jason, thank you for this. This is an outstanding step in the right direction. I think it's will help bring. We need some economic drivers on that end of the mountain, and I think it'll definitely draw people in and also take advantage of the people who are already there. So thank you for your work on this.
Appreciate it.
Any other questions or comments? I would propose that we put this in our new business agenda for our next meeting to fund this activity. Any questions regarding that? Okay. All right. Mr. Venable, thanks for that. And I agree. Thanks for leading this effort for us. At this time, we will move to our work session portion of reports from the staff. First, County Administrator.
I don't have anything else. Thank you.
Okay. County Engineer.
Thank you, Chairman. Gentlemen, I'll start with the photo that you should see in your stack, and I'll run through some quick updates if I may. So you're looking at County Road 189. That is just north of 70% complete per last week. There's still another substantial lift to complete of excavation and Shot Creek face of that wall, which will go down, and then the footer work and the subsurface stabilization will occur below that. Obviously, positive drainage will have to be established and other drainage work, but we're getting substantially complete with the meat of this project. For the other slope failure repairs, County Road 93 and 38, we were notified last week that survey crews are scheduled to start this week with the initial survey. That'll be topo survey work for those. And then following that will be the geophysical work, so that underground mapping. And then following that will be the geotechnical, so the boring and the soil analysis. And obviously there'll be a lab work time period and then reporting before we expect results from that. As far as Rebuild Alabama projects, County Road 58 is still our primary focus. It has items of work remaining such as wearing surface, striping, pavement markers. There'll be edge work done with an aggregate placed to flush out that wearing surface once it's placed. And then attention will turn to County Road 38 in the Macedonia area. That'll be a extra depth patching in the locations of the drainage work that's been completed out there and other failing areas. And then the pavement preservation applications will be applied to that over 4 miles of roadway there. Next will be County Road 96. So we haven't forgot about that area that's in poor condition from Boulevard Landfill out to Steam Plant Road. That will see extra depth patching as well as the drainage structure replacements and extra depth patching on the south end of that project out to Highway 72, and then it will see a resurfacing. Turning now to local roads, so we're still working that 10 plus mile remaining, and our focus is going to be to finish up Pisgah, which is 83. That'll be reclaimed on the sections that needed and prepped for chip sealing, and then we'll look at County Road 120. Also in near focus will be County Road 56 in Gaunts, north of Stevenson. Has some major drainage replacements that have to take place before that work. So that'll be a major undertaking before that road can be worked. You may receive calls about that. Those folks are antsy, so please reassure them that that road will be resurfaced and it will get done. The headline right now as far as challenges probably our equipment and personnel, sickness and vacancies. So the motions you approved tonight helps, and we appreciate that. We're still seven down as far as vacancies go, and then we've been ranging anywhere from 5 to 8 with sicknesses. So, having 15 folks down is impactful. And equipment-wise, both grade alls are down right now. Our shop supervisor is retiring. We lost a great mechanic. Shop supervisor is great. We also lost a great mechanic to the school board. So these two motions that you passed tonight will help in that area, but we have a lot of ground to cover in our shop area. Also, I need to mention utility projects that are on the horizon. We have a permit application that's been made to us by FTC farmers about a fiber extension in the Dutton area, so that'll be upcoming soon. And then approval for Jackson County Water Authority on a water extension for the Wampel project that you guys have been working on. So those are in the near future, and those installations will be working through our department. That concludes the updates, but I'll be happy to answer any questions if I may. Or
Any questions?
thank you all.
Thank you, John.
Okay. Thanks for the work of all of your members out there and doing what you're doing. County Attorney, Mr. Porter.
Everything, thank you, sir.
Okay, any others that are here? Okay. Okay. Want to make sure I haven't missed anything in the agenda here, so I don't think so. Okay, with that, we'll move to comments from the commission. District 4, Commissioner McBride.
We just ask that you continue prayers for those affected by COVID and be mindful of those that are serving our country and our country itself. Please pray for those folks that they make the right decisions to do things that are pleasing to our country.
Commissioner Butler?
Yes, thank you. Just proud of this beautiful day, and just glad the sun's coming out. It's going to get great.
Commissioner Venable?
I don't have anything to add to that, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Rich?
Just want to echo what Commissioner Bride and Commissioner Buckner said. Everybody try to stay safe. The COVID and the new variant, it is coming around, going pretty fast. I ask that you pray for my little 4-month-old granddaughter. Just hopefully she gets feeling better. But other than that, Jonathan, I'm glad to see you getting out here in this sunshiny day, and all the county employees just getting out working, in all this rain. I'm glad for the rain to be leaving. So Other than that, that's all I got to say.
Like to add a little bit to that. We've had some tough weather over the last couple of weeks, and in every case, we've had our EOC up and operating and coordinating with all our agencies and municipalities and others across the county. Public Works were out early in the morning being ready to treat our roads and take care of them, make sure that they were usable and passable and safe. And our Sheriff's Department was out also early morning and working to make sure that they were supporting our citizens out there. So I'd like to say thank you to all of those for that. One last note, as you know, Jackson County has been accepted in the Tennessee Riverline project and program as only one of two counties from Knoxville, Kentucky to Knoxville, Tennessee to Paducah, Kentucky. And they have reached out to us for some support as they want to go get some EDA grant money, and we will certainly be willing as a part of our commitment to Jackson County's role there to support them in that. So with that, let me say thanks for everybody being here. Thanks for the great work that you're doing for our citizens. And with that, do I have a motion to adjourn today's meeting?
I'll make a motion with adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion, meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.